Okay, remember that they're changing my voice and I'm not gay. So, on the issue of financial stability in relationships, first of all, if you aren't obeying God through me and you have a relationship, then you're that much more of a thief. It's that simple. And if we look at the early Christians, right, they weren't just martyred for the most part. Popular culture, that is. Because again, I'm not a Christian, Muslim, or Jew. My religion is universal, pinpointing moral precision, focus, moral intensity. But when we look at that, we see that they were martyred for the most part in popular culture, and they were also poor. Christians typically would go around looking for food because they were persecuted and blacklisted, and the empire, the Roman Empire, generally speaking, was a place where it was difficult to be financially stable, basically. So if you're a Christian, it was that much harder. So when I see people say things like, if all you have to bring to the table is that you're a nice guy and so on and so forth, and then say that they need to be career oriented or financially stable, it is very sickening. Those are people who do not love. They don't understand the wedding vows. If you don't understand the wedding vows, then you're just a slut. It's that simple. For richer or poorer, through sickness and in health, and sickness can cost a lot of money. But there they are acting like a complete whore, and they think that people should put the devil first. The ideal person in this day and age, at this very time, is poor. Because they're persecuted for righteousness' sake. And there's no point in Western history where we think that, where the smart person would think that it would be otherwise. It's pretty straightforward. There's all these corporate dogs and their cults and their families, and they send people out there and they try to get people to be slaves. Or should I say more enslaved to the modern day slave system. And when we look at these females on the right wing, in the right wing and the left wing and the middle, they look like whores. In many circles around the world, including here in America, Western women, for better or worse, are known as Babylonian whores, prostitutes, harlots, sluts. Now, if they're right about that, we'll say to be diplomatic, is the answer to act like a stupid pigeon bitch? Or is the answer to be honest with yourselves and others? Some people say things, well, how will they survive? What makes you think it's important to live a long, wicked life? Look at Matthew 6. It says, don't worry about that. Why? Because if worse comes to worse, you can always kill yourself. Now people say, well, the Ten Commandments said thou shalt not kill. Then why did they stone people to death? Why did they fight so many wars? You're not thinking here. If you have a choice between slowly suffering and dying, homeless or something, and killing yourself, yes, you should kill yourself in that situation. If you have a choice between killing yourself or assimilating to evil, yes, you should kill yourself in that situation. Either way, the Neo-Romans would have killed you, so to speak, if for nothing else. Their policies would have put you in a situation where either you offend God as an unrepentant sinner trying to find their life like some kind of a slut or a worm, or that cross which is shaped like a dagger or a sword for a reason was your other option. Those are the only two options you had. So think of the cross as a sword. Think of the sword of Scripture as a sword in that sense. Now there's a bunch of rapists and corporations who control the government who want you to think otherwise. 1 in 5 CEOs are said to be psychopaths. Many are narcissists and sociopaths. And do you think that the CEOs who don't stand up to them have their way more? Or do you think a group of narcissists, the large group of narcissists has their way more? Sociopaths, psychopaths. Pretty straightforward. So when you disagree with me, you disagree with me for child molesters and their allies. Epstein types, Weinstein types. Whether you think he's guilty or not, we'll say at face value. Jeffrey Dahmer types. Adolf Hitler types. Stalin types. Monsters with no heart whatsoever, who live a long life of being a rich dog. That's why in Proverbs it says the rich are wise in their own eyes, but one who is poor and discerning, sees how deluded they are. So are you deluded? Are you a deluded slut? Are you a childish, deluded whore? Or are you a woman looking for a man? Or are you a woman looking just to obey God through me because I'm Christ?